New timeout links. You cannot put people in timeout for different links. Okay, got it. Okay. Hey y'all. Alright, I'm figuring out live. This is my first time. Hopefully it's actually doing something. So, how are you all? I hope you're doing fantastic. I'm doing well. I've just been thinking as usual. It's like all I do is sit around and think. It's weird. That's all I've ever done. It's a wonder I ever found time to do anything else in my life with all the thinking I like to do. But regardless, oh, I got a message from Spirit to relay. If there's anyone looking for a voodoo doll, it's in the attic above the garage. So I just want to let you know that. Also, I want to let you know, Alvida's Tarot, I met her. She's really awesome. I've watched a few of her videos, and she gives a lot of good spiritual guidance. And cool messages if you're looking for anything like that. And yeah, so that was it on that. So I thought we could pull some cards, maybe. Let's get some more crow cards.
You can use these ones.
Oh, I don't want those ones, sweetheart.
Oh.
You can use those ones. I mean, I guess I could use those after my crow cards.
But I can use them.
Alright. Here we go. See what the crows have to say. I don't know why this feels different being on live. Like a little different. I'll get used to it though. At least I won't have to upload videos. Like that honestly is the most annoying part of this whole thing. So what were we talking about before? Oh yeah, I wanted to let you guys know. You know that Neil Young song Heart of Gold? Okay, that song has just killed me my whole life. Well, after Steve died, because before Steve died, I was looking for a heart of gold, then I found one. And but after that it was just like, oh my gosh, there are no hearts of gold out there. And I just wanted to let you guys know that you all are just hearts of gold, and I love each and every one of you so much. Like, I'm so excited to finally be meeting people like me. You know, it's just been a long time coming, like a really long time coming, and it's really good to meet you all. So I want to say that. Ooh, we got the nighttime card coming up again. Same position, too.
Yay,
It's probably going to mean something different this time, though. Wrath. So the wrath is going to come at night. Luck. And it's, okay. So I get night, wrath, luck, and then dominance inverted. Let me get one more. I like 5. Like, most people don't like 5s because of the change bit in them, you know, or whatever. But to me, like, my whole life has been, like, let's change it. Like, change, change, change. I love change. Changing jobs, changing boyfriends, changing locations, changing everything. Possessions. I just like to change it all. Anyways, scavenge. Well, I don't change boyfriends now because I don't have boyfriends anymore. That's a thing of the past. So, okay. And then we get scavenge inverted. So basically what the universe is trying to let you know is that there's some kind of wrath coming in the nighttime to your enemies. And this might be a particular night of a full moon. You know, I don't know. But it's definitely coming. It's coming at night. And this is your good luck coming in. And oh, I got a story to tell you about feathers. One time white feathers. So this was when I was working at that market I told you about. It was probably about a year ago or so. But I was riding my bike to work, and I rode by the post office, and there were literally thousands of white feathers on the ground. It looked like a bunch of pigeons had gotten in like a huge battle, you know, like, but there was no blood anywhere or anything. It was like somebody had taken a couple of feather pillows and dumped them out. It was like obviously a sign, but I was just like, I can't believe I didn't get that on camera. I still can't believe I didn't get that on camera. I've never seen anything like it. It was unbelievable. Anyways, so this is your luck that they're getting their wrath, because this is going to stop them from being able to dominate things in your life and being able to scavenge off of you and your energy, however they're scavenging off of you. That's being brought to a stop. It's getting really windy out, y'all. The change is coming. I don't know which direction it's coming in from, but you can like tell different things based on which direction the wind is coming from. I don't have them. I know like north is harsh realities. If it's coming from the north, it's a harsh reality. I see that's the only one I have really memorized. The other ones are like gentle change and like, I don't know. But you probably Google it.
So fast.
West wind is surprises. I remember that. I think south or east is like gentle change. I don't know what those two are, but it's like gentle change and something else. But anyways, so yeah, something's happened at night. Let's get, I don't want to use these. Let's get some tarot on this and see what Spirit's trying to let us know. We'll get these ones. So Spirit, what do you mean there's wrath coming in at night?
I know that.
And on a full moon. Is it a full moon at night?
I know that. I know that.
Might as well ask. I don't know if they'll tell me.
I know that.
Huh?
I know what you said.
You do?
I know that.
Okay.
Bo.
And night is 33. Okay, so this is the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups, which is the costume designer in this deck. And as you know, I've been relating the costume designer to the reptilians, or, you know, whoever's setting the set. So there's some wrath coming in for them at night. And you're going to get some kind of a message. Fortitude, Nine of Wands. You're standing your ground. Clarify. Five of Swords, defeat. So something about, God, was this on 3D or 5D? I don't know what's going on here, but I'm going to tell you what I'm hearing. Something about a shapeshifter coming in at night and there was Spirit made fortified a wall of some kind and defeated them. I don't know if this happened last night. What the hell? Oh, Six of Pentacles. This is to pay you back. This is your spirit team helping you out. Four of Swords. Hold on.
I'll take Five of Swords. But
I feel weird energy in here right now. But I'll work through it. Okay, so I'm not gonna read these right now. So how are you guys doing? Let me see, I gotta get my glasses. I can't even see the screen who's in here. I still can't see. Hi, who's that? Jink? I can't see. I literally, the sun's right on the phone. Hi guys. I think I saw Jen in here at least. But so how are you guys doing with like that last reading I gave you? Isn't that kind of like chirpy news? I have been thinking about these whole judge cards coming up all the time for us, and I've never been judgmental. As a matter of fact, like I'm unfortunately too non-judgmental, and I've let way too many unsavory characters in my life. So when I've been hearing about like you're sitting in judgment, I'm just like, whoa, like no, that can't be true. And I've actually kind of been, I don't know how long you guys have been watching me, but I've kind of been working around that subject. I just didn't really want to talk about it. And it's like, it's here. It's here. We're judge and jury. And it's really kind of, I wouldn't call it heavy, but it gives me a little bit of anxiety. And I think that's why Spirit was trying to remind me that I've got my higher self too. It's not just me. Like, I mean, it's just me, but you know what I'm saying. I don't know. So, but I've started thinking about it actually, like who gets in and who doesn't. And some people I've had to process for, I thought about it for like 2 or 3 minutes. And then I'm like, yeah, they can come in. And when I decide that they can come in, it's like a definite yes. I'm not unsure. I don't feel like, oh, maybe I'm making a mistake on this one. Like, no, like for sure. Like you're just gonna know. You're gonna know who belongs and who doesn't. So I don't know how the battle's gonna be though. Like, you know how spiritual warfare has been in 3D. It's not going to be in 3D. It's going to be in 5D. So I'm not sure how 5D spiritual battles go, or if we're just going to be like, because that one card, I wonder if it's still up here. Yeah, the owl was talking about, you are encouraged to look behind deceiving appearances into the true reality of the situation or a person's motives. You need to hear what is really being said despite the words and emotions coming from the messenger. So I'm wondering if that was talking about like we're going to have like interactions with them, like regular interactions. They're going to be like, hey, you remember me? You can let me in. You remember we had that one, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's how it's going to be, and they're going to be trying to trick us. But it almost seems like that's how it's going to be because of what they were telling me there, and because of how just spiritual warfare is. It's never been like a real physical battle, or like, I've never had to pull out my lightsaber. Not yet, you know what I mean? But who knows? Like, I don't know. Maybe we carry lightsabers in some realms. I don't know.
Do I have a lightsaber?
A lightsaber. No, but Lily has one, remember?
I took it at my dad's house.
You did? She takes all the cool stuff from this house to her dad's house. And Drives Lily crazy. It's pretty funny. But I feel for Lily because I had younger siblings and they used to like, I'd go to school and my room would be destroyed when I got home. Destroyed. Like, I would cry and cry and cry. It was so bad. So I feel for Lily. We try not to piss her off too bad. But, so anyways, yeah, like I was saying, the whole judgment thing is, I'm like, how much time am I going to have to think about this? And then I started thinking about a few people that I know are going to be included in this, and pretty much everyone you know. And, sheesh, I just thought of another one. I mean, they're going to be hard decisions. But like I said, I think that our higher self is really going to guide us with this one. Because it's going to be a battle done in the 5D, and it's not and that's where our higher self is, hanging out. So they're going to have a much better idea of how to handle what's going on when we get there. If you know what I mean. I don't know. It's so hard to explain this stuff because and honestly, part of the reason I haven't really wanted to explain this stuff to anybody for a very long time is because it all comes to me in layers, and I can only describe to you what I know based on what I've known before, and then I'll like learn other things, and then it'll reincorporate, and I'll get a deeper picture into it. And so, I used to know things, but I didn't like for one, I knew I was a frontline warrior, and I knew I needed to rally the troops, period. There was no holds barred on that. I knew I had to do that, but I didn't know what a frontline warrior was. I had to Google that. And, I didn't even know what rally the troops meant. I had to Google that. So there's that, it's just like, it's not even that they're speaking in a different language. It's that they're talking about stuff I've never seen before. So it's hard for them to describe. And then there's that, and like you get stuff when you need it. But I think it seems like we're at the end point where we're kind of just getting all the information that they can manage to funnel in. So that's why I'm trying to funnel whatever I get to you, and I'm watching you guys too to see what you guys get, because we're all a signal here. Yeah. This is another thing. I was watching back my video from earlier, and I wanted to make sure I made this very clear. Not all reptilians are bad, okay? And they may all be damaged. I mean, hell, let's face it, we all are, right? But they're not all bad. And some of them have managed to turn to God. So this filter is not like a reptilian filter. It's a darkness filter. And obviously we're going to have to let darkness in. And I'm not sure how this is going to work either. I think, obviously God's going to help us with that. And I'm sure there's a plan. We're going to have to let darkness in with unhealed people and unhealed reptilians. Or whatever race they are. These shapeshifters. These. Put it this way. There are many races of aliens that live on Earth. We are not the only aliens here. So, which are shapeshifters, which are doing what, and I know which races are generally doing dark work, and hold darkness in their souls because of that race, the race that they come from. But we're going to have to let darkness in, and then we're going to heal those beings so that they can rejoin the population. And this is something that, you know, we've all we're built for. We're made for this. We are healers. We're shamans. We're that, okay? And we all have lived very colorful and various lives and have different specialties. And when we get to the next level, we are going to be dividing up into whichever area you want to specialize in. And most of those areas at first, you know, not forever, but at first, most of those jobs are going to be needed in the healing camps to get these beings on track, so that they can enjoy heaven with us. And so that's something you might want to think about. You know, what is it that and we've been doing this, trying to help in general now. What I didn't realize is what we're actually doing right now is getting ready for our next jobs. We're training for our next positions. And so you probably already know what your position is. You've been training for it. So that's kind of cool. What else? Should I pull some cards? That was going way wrong. I'll try one more time. All right, let's see what the universe wants to say. I forgot to say in that last video too that most of you, I think, are probably tarot readers. So you already know that the King of Pentacles inverted is an earth sign. That was the extra adversary we were talking about added to the King of Wands characters, the rock stars. There's also an inverted King of Pentacles character that is a earth sign. And also I said that there were 3 people involved, because first I said it looks like there's 1, and then I said because there was 1 person stealing the gifts, and then there was 3 doing the magic. But when that 4th king came up, I realized for my own personal life that that was actually a 4th player in this magic. Just to let you know, it wasn't 3 and it wasn't 1, it was 4. I learn a lot from my videos. I watch them like you guys watch them. Like it's the first time I ever heard the stuff, most of it. And I literally am like, damn, Beth, that was like genius. Where did you come up with that? Like these words aren't even coming from me that I know of. Like I think if they were, I would remember them after I spoke them. But I don't. And so I watch the videos and it's mind-boggling to like the things that are coming out of my mouth. Because, yeah, I don't even remember saying it. Most of it. I mean, some of it's stuff I think about and stuff, but like, it's like those things that I think about are like triggers, and then it sends me into this program where I'm like telling you what you need to know. It's weird. Okay, they're showing up still. Okay, inverted teamwork. What kind of bird is this? I know you're not going to be able to tell me because I can't see the screen, but... So, I think it might... Maybe it's supposed to be an eagle. But, so as you're soaring to your heights, of course, you've got these crows trying to peck at you. And actually, on Alvida's tarot, she was talking about this today. about how I don't even know this story, but I'm gonna try to tell it how she told it, like as close as I can. So I guess eagles can fly higher than crows, and crows and eagles don't get along. I guess crows will attack eagles. I don't listen. I'm just telling you how I remember this. This might not be how it is, but listen, this is how this story is being told anyway. So eagles fly higher than crows. And so if eagles are down low with the crows, they can get attacked by the crows. So the plan of the crows is to keep you, because if you go too high, they can't get to you. So they're using teamwork to do this. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 in this picture too. So they're using teamwork to do this, to try to lower your elevation. They might be doing this by like saying nasty shit on your YouTube channel to kind of like try to bring you down to their level. So you know, they're attacking you. They want you to attack back. And because when you attack back, you're at their level, and then somehow their magic can affect you. So there's that. What else? Inverse communication. I'm gonna get more. I get what you're saying, Spirit. This is funny. Okay, so I get inverse communication, then inverse anomaly. And remember how, I'm gonna get one more. So I got 5. Remember how, this looks like fun. Okay, so remember how I was telling you about look for anomalies? You know, look for the white crow amongst the black ones. I was thinking about that later too, actually, about looking for anomalies. Like, and now I don't want to be prejudiced against reptilians, but like anomalies like the slit pupils, or just little things that are just obviously red flags. But anyways, back to this reading. This is in reverse, and with the reverse communication. So what this is telling me, okay, reverse teamwork, reverse communication, and reverse anomaly. What this is telling me is Spirit has straight cut them off from like any kind of communication with any kind of spirit. Any spirit. They're cut. They are cut. And this is going to lead to your abundance. Because this is what I'm hearing. See, this is the kind of stuff I don't understand, the magic stuff. So it's hard for me to relay the messages to you. They were using the magic to trick you, to make an illusion around you so that you didn't see the signpost, to keep you stuck in the game. To keep you from finding the burning bush. Gray squirrel. Abundance with perseverance. Sorry, I can't talk with ice in my mouth. Anyways, so they were using this ability to make an illusion around you with their magic. And I'm assuming the main thing that they were able to do with this magic and this illusion was make you feel like you couldn't be abundant. You just couldn't. For whatever. It's so weird too, because I know that feeling. I've had that feeling. Like, so had that feeling. And why? Why? I'm smart. I'm healthy. I'm everything. I could, I'm educated. Like, and I would sit and go, there's nothing I can do for myself. Like, I'm fucked. I should just give my kids to my mom and go be homeless in California. At least it doesn't get cold there. What? Like, what? What? So that's, I believe, what the magic was. And why, if your elevation, if your vibration is raised, that kind of stuff doesn't come into your head anymore. Like, it just doesn't, you almost don't even have to fight it off anymore. It just isn't there anymore. So that's what they were trying to do. And in the process, they cut themselves off from any kind of spiritual connection that they may have once had. Because as tarot readers know, there are rules in the spiritual world. Like, there's like very serious ones, and they're minor. Like, I don't even know about this crap they're doing. But like, for instance, Steve taught me how to read tarot, and he was the first person to teach me. And the first rule he taught me was you have to mind your own business. You cannot, like, you can't just like be like, oh, I wonder what, Gina's up to today. Or I wonder how she feels about that guy I like. Or you can't do that. You cannot, it's forbidden. Now, if you do that, it might work. You might find out if she's into your boyfriend. You might find out. But there are consequences to those actions. And what those are, I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is spiritualists know. Starseeds know. There's consequences to these actions. And it's not going to be a small one like, Beth, mind your own business. Okay? Because I've been told to mind my own business before. Shoot, Mark used to tell me all the time. That's why it's one of my favorite sayings now. Mind your own business. What do you say? Mind your own business. And he goes, I mind my own business. And what people think of me is none of my business. I used to love that. But that was really a important lesson that he taught me, was to mind my own business, because it gets you out of so much drama. There's so much that you don't need to be a part of. You don't need to involve yourself in. And when you do involve yourself in stuff that's none of your business, it ends up backfiring. Like, you just end up wishing you'd never gotten into that situation in the first place. So there's that. Mind your own business. And that also got me out of a lot of trouble too, because it would be like, I'm a truth teller, and it was really hard for me sometimes. As you know, there's many times where you wish you could just lie. And one of the things that I learned was, when people were asking me questions that I didn't want to lie about, I would tell them it was none of their business. And that really helped me with my whole, I'm not going to lie, but come on, don't make me tell you my whole life story. It's like, it's just none of your business. It's none of your business. And when people start telling me their life story, and I don't think that there's anything I can add to it, I tell them it's none of my business. And that has saved me from a lot of drama too. Thank you, Mark, by the way. I mean, I've lived by that. Like, it's just, I don't know. That's something my kids know too. I made sure. And by the way, speaking of my kids, Mark took in my oldest son like he was his own. I had a picture here I wanted to show you. So for those of you who weren't there, this is my friend Mark I'm talking about. He raised me. And this is Mark with my son. And when I got pregnant, Mark took me in. Like, he did like pregnancy pictures and just like the whole thing. Like, he acted like he was the dad, and he was married, and and he wasn't the dad, and we weren't lovers, but he just was right there for me, just like if he was my husband. Okay. And then after Charlie was born, now, Mark had some problems, and his biggest problem was benzos. When he took too many of those, he was just gone. It was just like there was just no point in even talking to him. And so when Charlie was a baby, I couldn't have Mark alone with Charlie because you just never knew if something came up. Mark could not stop himself. As a matter of fact, when I first met Mark, he told me, and he had a lot of enemies, by the way. Mark told me, never trust me with drugs or money, and we'll get along just fine. We'll be best friends. And I was like, okay. So I never trusted Mark with drugs or money. When it came to drugs or money, I either gave it to him or I didn't. And usually it was I just gave him whatever. You know what I mean? We just shared everything. We never exchanged money for anything. There was no money involved. I had a key to his house. He had a key to mine. Him and his wife moved like a block from my house. They still only lived like, I don't know, 6 blocks. But they moved right across the street, almost right across the main busy street. You could throw a football into their yard. Well, maybe a frisbee. I don't know. You'd have to be able to throw pretty far, but it's close. Anyways, we both had keys to each other's house. And like I've always smoked weed. I've since I was 12 years old. The first time I smoked weed, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I've always needed. Like it helped me so much, and I will never ever talk bad about it ever. It saved my life, and it still does to this day. Anyways, so like he would like leave I'd have a key and he'd always have something left out for me. So if I ran out of stuff and I didn't have any weed, I could always pop over there and take, a couple one hits. And he could always get into my garage and take my empties so he could go buy his booze. Like those were his empties. Like, that's how it went. So anyways, on those are great stories. Oh, I just love Mark so much. But so what's happening is they tried to get you cut off from your downloads, and I know for me it worked. Like I was very spotty. I mean, like it's not that I haven't ever been connected throughout my whole life. It's just that there were so many blocks in there. It was like it's like trying to hear what he's saying underwater. Like it is just so that was the magic. Believe it or not. That was whoever is in your life that you've already pegged as these people. That's what they were doing. And so now that you've flown to an elevation higher than what this magic is able to hit anymore, it's backfiring, and they are getting into this I mean, if you think about it, they were like tapped in the whole time. We weren't. They were tapped in. They were blocking us from being tapped in. I can remember when I was a kid, I was tapped in. Okay? I knew everything that was going on, and something happened. So, and that was after my dad died. So it has something to do with the shapeshifter invasion. Anyways, so these shapeshifters are highly tapped in to the ethers, and they were blocking your tapped inness, which is natural. Like that's something that you were born with. Even humans, like everything on earth is tapped in like that, unless they're under this black magic. So now that this stuff is backfiring, what's happening is they're losing all of their vision. They can't see what's going on in the ethers anymore. And whatever they were seeing was how you were unable to create abundance. They were blocking it on every level. Like, let me tell you a story. I got a job at a meat market, and I was there I mean, I was there a couple months and things were going all right. People were coming in and like taking pictures of me and videoing me from the other side of the counter, which I found really strange. Like strange stuff like that was happening, but nothing major. And then my mom's best friend's husband gets a job there. It was like, what? And this guy's like 80 years old. Like, what are you doing here? So that was weird. That's really the only thing I was gonna say about that. Like, it's just weird how shit just pops out of the woodwork. You're like, what is going on? And then just different customers. And that's why, honestly, I'm glad I'm not working that job anymore because I was so vulnerable. And I didn't really care because I'm an introverted extrovert is what I call it, but I can be very extroverted. And so I just kind of go blah, and I don't care who's looking. And so that's what I did, even though it was just weird. The people that were spying and yeah, it was weird. I didn't know what was going on. I did not know what was going on. Oh, I got a good story for you. And then my ex, the rapper, his ex-girlfriend, who I know because our sons were friends before. I'm not even going to go into that story because he's a child. Okay, so gotcha. Okay, so anyway, she came into Jack's. And she's talking on the phone. I know she was talking to him. They talk regularly. And I could just tell. I just knew. Like, he had her come into Jack's while she was on the phone with him. That was funny. But, like, just weird stuff like that. You're just like, what are you guys doing? Like, what do you want? I mean, really? Just to be weird, I guess. Like, just weird. So anyways, after they're cut off from their spiritual abilities, it looks to me like it's like abundance time for you. And what I love is we got this mischief card. And mischief. Get to be abundant and mischievous. I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of mischievous. I like finding things to get into. So that sounds like fun to me. A bunch of like whatever we need and, you know, just get into mischief. See what we can find to do, you know, because it's going to be a whole new world to explore. Plus, we're building it. Like, what do we want to build? What do we want to create? And what's so fun to think about is that we're all pure-hearted, hearts of gold, and so it's just going to be so fun to create together. It's not going to be how it is at work or in families where you're trying to make things work with people who are actually trying to kill you. You just didn't know it. You're going to be working with people that are just pure love, just like you. And so the collaboration process, I think, is going to be a little different than we're used to. It's probably going to be a little mischievous because we're all going to be doing our own things. You know what I mean? But none of what all of us are doing is going to bother anybody else, you know? So it's just going to be fun. What are you up to? What have you gotten into? What are you making over there? You know what I mean? So, yeah, that looks like fun. That looks real fun. Let's pull some tarot and see if Spirit has anything to add. All right, Spirit, what do you want us to know? Oh, yeah? That's what you want to talk about? All right. Sounds like fun. So it looks to me like there's a high priestess that has love coming in. A Knight of Cups is coming straight through the door, like flying through the air. And this has been after a lot of friction, a lot of commotion, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of, I want to say varying pressures, like, you know, like high pressure, low pressure. How do I want to describe this? But anyways, it's all of this pressure that's going to shoot this Knight of Wands right out the end of the tube of toothpaste. You see what I'm saying? So that's good. What else, Spirit? Five of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody's going to be left out in the cold, you know? But they had their chance, and they should have done a better job when they had the chance, because sometimes you don't get a second chance. So, yeah. You know, when you're young, it's hard to understand about second chances. But as you get older, you realize there are things I've never had a chance to do over. And that's kind of what this reverse death is about. The death without rebirth. Okay. I'm clearing this out of here. I can't. Okay. We're going to start over. I got to take some breaths. I'll make it. It's just hard. It's like that pressure in the toothpaste tube, you know? It's gonna work me right through it, but yeah, it might take me half a second. So, how are you guys? I hope you're fantastic. It is a beautiful day today. It got really cold last night in Michigan. Like, it's been hot and then it's cold. My heat's running. Thank God I won't have to worry about paying that bill. Just like, whatever. It's so weird how in Michigan you go from like needing to use AC to needing to use heat like within a 2-week span. You would think you would get like a month off or a couple months off where you didn't have to use something and you could like save some money, but no, it goes straight from AC to heat. Or maybe I'm just a wimp, or my son is for sure, because I'll go without the AC but he won't, so it's like whatever. And I'll go without heat too, but he won't, so it's like whatever. I'm tough. I can like, you know, I can't tell you how many times people have looked at me and been like, aren't you cold? Not anymore, because now I'm like skin and bones. But like, especially when I was a kid, like I was never cold. I was never hot. I was never, you know, and like people would get too upset to do stuff. Like that never happened to me. I was never that uncomfortable. People that like freaked out and like serious anxiety, like have serious, not that I haven't had one, because I have, but people who live that way, I couldn't understand. Like I just couldn't. It was weird. I don't know where I was going with that. Maybe I'll get some cards. Let's see. All right, look at these. Oh, here's another thing I wanted to talk to you about. And I know I've talked about this before on one of my channels. Who knows? This is my only channel now, though, so at least I'll know who I'm talking to. So I was noticing when I was rewatching one of my videos that I make this tapping noise on the top of the roof of my mouth. Like, I've always done that. And a lot of people do that, but basically what I'm trying to tell you is about, it was a while ago. It might have been like 7 to 10 years ago. I was laying in bed and my bed frame started tapping. It's a metal bed frame, so it was like really loud. It was like, and it sounded like something hard was hitting it. And it did that for like, I don't know, like I sat there, you know, I listened to it. I was scared. And I didn't want to like get out of bed and look under the bed, you know. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to jump from one side of my room to the other because of that Tales from the Dark Side. That one episode where the veterinarian made animals out of like other animals, and he had this creature living in the closet up in the spare bedroom that he rented out to a college student, and this thing was trying to get the college student because it was jealous. It like was with the doctor. And so anyways, this thing would hide under its bed and try to get her. And this one scene, she's getting into bed and it reaches out and it just misses her foot. And I ran and jumped into bed every single day of my childhood. I honestly, into my 20s. I just couldn't. But I forget why I veered off and from where. But I'll come back to it. So anyways, spirits or anything you want us to talk about? Surrender. Yeah, spirit wants the enemy to surrender. It would be easier for everybody, obviously. Because here's what it boils down to. So the enemies that are standing their ground right now, that have decided they are definitely standing against God and they are not going to bend. They are being asked to reconsider because when there's still time, it's not over till it's over. 2, the starseeds whose lives that you are in right now, that you are attacking, are the ones that are going to be calling judgment on whether you can come into heaven or not. And so it seems to me, I don't know, coming from this starseed, if somebody who is attacking me turned around and stopped attacking me, possibly even like gave me back what they stole from me, apologized, was like, I had no idea this was so serious, that you were like God and everything, I'd be like, cool, you know what I mean? Like, you can go into a healing camp. But, you know, if you don't, then I can't say that. You know what I'm saying? Because you've already made a major stand, line in the sand, and I have myself and my family to protect at this point. So, that can't be allowed. So, Spirit is asking you to surrender. God is asking you to surrender. Confidence in your magic. That was trying to be inverted, and I'm assuming it was actually supposed to be. So, whatever magic that you once found to be very effective, I'm sure it was, because there are lots of powers in the ethers. This I know. Now that I'm unblocked. But you don't have those powers anymore. So there's that. Anything else, Spirit? Okay, so this is what you didn't do. And I'm so sorry, Starseeds, because there's probably only one person in here. Actually, there's probably 5. No, I don't know. Anyways, transmuting pain is inverse. You're not transmuting your pain. Pain is meant to grow from. Pain is meant to help you find God. And without pain, you wouldn't know to look for something better. You would be happy, stuck in, you know, your cheap pleather suit. You know what I mean? Like, you have to experience pain to understand real, genuine suede. You understand? So, yeah, like I just suggest you start transmuting pain rather than avoiding it. Straddling worlds, wandering between realms. This was in verse 2. See, once again, I'm sorry, star seeds. You're not going to be able to straddle worlds anymore. That little dip you had in the spiritual realm, you know, 1 foot in the spiritual, 1 foot in the physical, that's not going to work anymore. You've been stripped of your powers. So, it doesn't matter what you do. It literally is absolutely 100% ineffective. So your only choice at this time is to surrender to the gods and goddesses in your life and ask for forgiveness. Now, you're already forgiven. I guess this is the part where repentance might come in. Thank you, God. So when you have come against God and you decide that you want to rectify your injustices, then you come to God and you say, God, I would like to repent. What is it I need to do to make up for the wrongs I have done? Okay? And I'm not sure that you could make up for it. And I don't know that I could make up to God for the wrongs that I've done. You know, my God. And that's not what's important. What's important is that you make the step in the right direction to show your God or goddess that you do have enough soul preserved to be able to enter into heaven with us and heal. Okay. What else, Spirit? Wailing tree, reconciliations. Okay, so it doesn't matter how much you cry, scream, plead. None of you are going to be making reconciliations with the God or goddess in your life. That's not what time it is at this point, because it's time to move to the next level. And we just don't really have time for all that. It would be nice, and we will make reconciliations at a later date, for sure, okay? And this is going to be after you've had a time to heal. And I'm hoping that it's after you've healed and not after you've spent 2,500 years in hell and then go through from a rock all the way up the life cycle, because by that time, I don't think I'm going to be interested in, I don't know. I probably won't even remember who you are. But if you are able to make it into heaven, yes, after you have gone through your healing process, I am absolutely wanting to reconcile. Okay? All right. Anything else? Closing doors. Yeah, this is a completion. Doors are being shut now. It kind of reminds me of an elevator door. You know, it's kind of final. Once the door closes, for one, you can't open it, and for two, if you opened it, you might fall down an elevator shaft or something weird. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't be safe. So once the door closes, I don't know. Why am I trying to tell them what to do after this happens? I don't. They should just turn to God. Like, why do I tell them what to do if they don't turn to God? They said I don't have to if I don't want to. Okay, so I'm not going to. What else, Spirit? Deep diver. Diving into a task. So you're taking life seriously right now, Starseeds. Doing exactly what needs to be done to get this mission complete. We are at mission complete time. You know that song? It's Chemical Brothers. It's Push the Button. I listen to that song over and over again. I can't even. It's been a while since I listened to it. But it's like, I think it's time to push the button. I'm going to push the button. Oh no, my finger is on the button. I've been singing that. My finger is on the button. Yeah, my finger's on the button right now, and all of us starseeds have our fingers on a button right now. We actually all have our own alert system. That I sounded mine off 2 days ago or something like that. But we all have an alert system, and yeah, we're ready to push our buttons and alert that the time is here. And that's gonna be sooner than for the trolls that are trying to figure out. It's going to be sooner than I said. I'm pretty sure it's going to be sooner than I said. So I don't know other than that. As you spiritualists know, time is fluid, and all we know is we have to complete this task, that task, that task, and then bam, we push the button and the floodgates open. So there's that. So yeah, I was saying before the leaves come down. I guess it's still before the leaves come down, but man, in Michigan, the leaves are like still green. So, and I'm feeling like it's go time. So yeah, you might want to get started on your repenting now. Or never, because the door's closing, like I just said. The door's closing, and once this door closes, it doesn't reopen. You can't get out. It's an elevator. It goes straight down to hell. And you stay there. And there's no God. And like even like here on earth, it seems like hell, but at least there's God to talk to you. There's no God to even talk to you down there. God doesn't go down to hell to talk to you. That's what I heard. So that would, oh my gosh, that would just, I couldn't even imagine being somewhere where God didn't talk to me. And not even being able to, because I was just going to say I'd kill myself, but you can't even kill yourself in hell. You're stuck. Kind of like jail. Mm-hmm.
If you have a life in jail, you can't kill yourself.
Well, you could in jail, but if you're in jail, you wouldn't kill yourself because it's not the end of the world. So, let's, let me get some of these moon cards. Will you go blow your nose for me, please?
Why?
Go in the bathroom and blow your nose.
These were not for bones.
Here, I'll put them right here for you. Just go blow your nose. When's the full moon? It's got to be coming up because the new moon was a while ago. What was that? The 17th or something? Or the new moon was the 17th. Or the full moon, I mean. When's the new moon? In like a week or something, maybe? I don't know, it's somehow significant, that timing. Because everything that we've been doing, Starseeds, and, what am I gonna call you? I don't like karmics, that sounds weird. I'm gonna call you the Darth Vaders, okay? So now what was I talking about? The Darth Vaders. I don't know, I'll come up with it. At least I have a name for you now. We got Jedi Force and Darth Vaders, okay? I know the Dark Force, was it the Dark Force? The Jedi Force and the Dark Force? Okay, we'll go with that. Jedi Force and Dark Force. Gotcha. Okay, it's time to take action. I'm floored, y'all. Remember I was talking about the new moon is somehow significant? I don't know. And then I get new moon in Aries. It's time to take action. Should I spell that out or should we just skip over it? You guys are smart. And that's another thing I'm noticing. Star seeds are very intelligent. That's how you tell a star seed. They're fucking smart. And that's why starseeds have such a hard time being around your average people because they are not smart. They are just not smart. It's difficult. It's been one of my biggest pet peeves my whole life is like literally
Mama.
I have never once dated a man because of what he looks like. Never once dated a flippin' dumbass. Never once. Well, by accident. But not because I thought he was hot.
Hello, boy, toy people.
There's no more toilet paper? Oh, I'll be right back.
Okay.
No, come here. I'll get you some. You let Rhythm outside again.
Okay.
I put the toilet paper in the bathroom, babe. It's in the bathroom. Okay, so, yeah, there's something... Oh, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. I don't want to let the Dark Force know our moves. But they're gonna know anyway. I mean, really, we don't keep secrets, we tell the truth, right? So that was included in this plan. And I do want to give you guys the opportunity to switch directions, you know, that kind of thing. So it's looking to me like this new moon is going to be a time to take action for starseeds. So you might want to take action prior to that, which means you might, I don't even know when it is. It might be today. I don't even know. It's soon. So there's that. Anything else, Spirit? Prosperity lies ahead? No. Not me. Not me. You know what's so weird, Starseeds? Is I know it. Like, I know it. I know it. I know I'm rich. Rich, rich, rich. You know why? Because I kick ass. I kick ass. I'm a good person. I love God. God loves me. So, I'm good. That's why. You know, there's so many times in my life where people have been jealous or envious of me. And I have felt like I had to downplay myself in one way or another to make them comfortable. And where was I going with that? Oh, I don't have to do that around starseeds, which I love. Like, I can be totally myself, and starseeds are like, rock on, girl. And I love that. There's nobody else on earth that's like that. They all get jealous and envious automatically, which has kept me from being the person that I was meant to be a long time ago. You know, I didn't shine because of that. I didn't like hurting people's feelings. And in my presence and being great hurt their feelings. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. That's why I'm gonna be like rich, 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 like filthy rich. Is because I am a good person. And I did a really good job on Earth. And by the way, this was a game. This is actually a game, and you get points. And I like fucking kicked ass. It's not because I'm pretty, and it's not because I'm like smart, or you know, or because I grew up in a rich family. That's not like, has nothing to do with any of that stuff that you get jealous about. It has to do with God. So that's pretty cool. That my whole life, I can't tell you how many times I told myself, I'm not going to turn into them. I'm not going to turn into them. And I didn't. But there were so many times that you thought, like, they just lie and cheat and steal from me. I should just, you know, when you had that opportunity to lie and cheat and steal from them, I would have that voice in my head that said, you should just do the same thing. That's what they do to you. But then I had God, and then saying, nope, 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 we don't do that. And I lived my life that way. And I tallied a lot of fucking points. I'm telling you. I tallied a lot of fucking points. That's why I'm sitting here. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. Not only that, not only did I go in there trying to not do anything wrong, anything immoral, the whole flipping time, but I also had the enemy knowing that this was my goal and that I was working for God and trying to destroy me the whole time. It was not easy. I deserve to be sitting where I'm sitting. I kick ass. Anyway. So, prosperity lies ahead, but we knew this. Anything else, Spirit? I'm sorry. I'm going to have to take a minute. I'm just so used to people competing with me my whole life, and it bothers me because we're not even in the same fucking race. You're trying to take me down and stop me from winning my race, and you're not even in the fucking race. You're like literally supposed to be running in the other direction, and you missed your fucking calling. I love you guys. I'm sorry, you guys. I feel like Starseeds, my hearts of gold. I feel like I am like scolding you, and I feel bad, but I'm not. Just please, please, somehow filter that. I don't know how this works. It's just so hard because when I started doing tarot, I told myself I was not going to speak to the dark force through the camera because it's negative and it lowers the vibration. And so I didn't do it. I didn't do it at all until I found out that my mom tried to kill my son. And then I spoke right to the camera. But I still tried to refrain. But I think what's happening right now is, and I've told you this, it's not about raising the vibration anymore. We're on a different level. It's like everything's changed, and it's time for us to try to keep them from burning in hell. So that's what I'm trying to do. So I apologize, Starseeds. Feels like a moment of reverence right now, like I'm at a funeral.
Mama,
So there's that. Yes?
are you almost done?
I don't, no, not right now.
Ball.
So
Oh.
let me pull some more cards and see if there's anything else Spirit wants to talk about. You know what I was thinking would be cool to talk about? Do these career cards, because these are all spiritual. Maybe we'll talk about what we're going to do when we get there.
Ma,
Anything you want to talk about, Spirit?
those are backwards.
Trust. Trust your feelings and dreams to guide your career path. I don't like touching my cards, my face, or... Yeah, please don't touch it. And I don't like hugs. I don't know, that might change. But do not hug me.
I like hugs.
And that doesn't go for you, mister. So trust and let go. Yeah, it's a time to decide which team you're on. Are you on the Dark Force or are you on the Jedi Force? There's only two sides. It's like when I was in elementary school back in the day when they didn't care if we smashed our faces in. We had a snowball fight field. And they put a net up, so you had to be on one side or the other. You couldn't throw a snowball at the same side, you know. It had to be the other side. So basically what I'm saying is that this is very simple. It's split up into two sides. You're either on this side or you're on that side. You don't have to be perfect on this side, but you have to be on this side. You see what I'm saying? You got to make that crossover onto the other team. Listen, let me tell you about, before I had my dark side of the moon. I didn't know who I was anymore. I was a physical therapist, working in a field that with people and doing just the whole thing. I didn't like what I was doing. I didn't like the people I was around. I didn't like the immoral way things were conducted. I didn't like it. I didn't fit in. But I did it because I thought I had to, for whatever reason. Money, you know. You know what's weird is how much attachment people have to money. Money's really nothing. It really means nothing. And I spent a good portion of my life trying to create money. And that's how I ended up a physical therapist and hating it, like hating my life. And so when I went through a divorce and all these things, and I quit being a physical therapist because I ended up killing 2 patients because I was forced to make them exercise when I knew it wasn't the right time. Like, they were heart patients. And then I quit killing patients, and I just quit treating them, and I started flubbing the paperwork, and just saying they exercised when I knew they didn't, but I didn't want to kill them, and I didn't want them to have to pay the bill, so I would just lie. And I didn't like doing that either. As you know, I'm not a liar, and I'm like, I got a doctorate to have to come and lie at work all day long. Like, fuck. So anyways, I found myself very in a place where I didn't expect myself to be in life. And especially at that time of my life. I thought this was the time where I was going to flourish because I had just finished school and I had started a family, and I just thought this was going to be the time I flourished, but it was actually the time I took a nosedive. And so anyways, it seems scary to look at yourself and say, I don't like who I am. It's scary because you've built up your whole life to be that person. And a lot of that's based on societal expectations of you. And so it confuses you on who you truly are. And who you truly are is God. That's the only real thing in you. And so what happens is you have to confront it. And you have to tell yourself, you know what, you're right. You're right. I don't like what I see in the mirror. I just don't. I'm going to change it. And it takes time. And it's not easy to do here on earth, like, because there's jobs and like we're literally in a slave and camp like workforce that we don't have time to heal. And then everyone's programmed to keep you from healing. But when you get to the new world, there's going to be healing camps. You won't have to worry about working anything. You won't have to worry about eating. You won't have to worry about anything. You can be there with your family, without your family. There'll be, you know, people to take care of your kids. Like everything is going to be and there's going to be people to help you through it when you feel like you need some help. And it's really not that hard. I mean, it is, but the main thing that's hard is like not knowing how you're going to pay your bills while you're doing it. All you really have to do is sit and cry and think about all of the things that hurt you and just cry about it and tell yourself that you didn't deserve that. You did not deserve that. And you're never going to let that happen again. That's never going to happen to you again. And you can welcome that part of your soul back in. And you can start your work of reclaiming your soul. I mean, you can start that here or you can wait. I mean, you can't wait because here's the deal. You have to decide what you're going to do. So if you're going to come to heaven with us, you need to start to repent now. And yes, it's going to feel painful and it's going to feel like my dark side of the moon, lasted like 2 years. I don't know if it's going to take that long on the other side because it's going to be so much more of a loving environment. So it's probably going to be a lot less. But, you know, it seems a lot scarier than it is. And let me tell you, coming from, now that I've told you how great I am and how awesome I am, coming from let me tell you, I have done some things I am so ashamed of. I mean, ashamed. Okay? Like, shit. You know, I've done shit. Nothing's coming to mind right now, but I'll tell you if I think of it, okay? Like, stuff I'm really ashamed of. Like, having an abortion, okay? I've done some stuff that I have a problem that I've had issues with, okay? And all star seeds have. And we have because God wanted us to understand what it was like to be imperfect, even though we are filled with God's light, so that we can help lead this new world to heaven. And this is for you too. Starseeds did not come here for ourselves. We came here for you so that we could help you to come to heaven and not have to burn in hell. Like, that's literally, we're the best friends you have right now. Okay? So yeah, it's scary, but it's not, listen, we're not going to be here on earth much longer. It's literally days, okay? And you can start this process now and start repenting now and then finish your process in a very loving, kind environment. And so the trauma and stress and drama that us starseeds had to deal with going through our dark side of the moon, you're not going to have to do that. Luckily, because you'd never make it. Honestly. So, okay. Anything else, Spirit? Environmentalist. You are an earth angel who is born to protect, nurture, and teach about nature and the animals. You know, maybe that's your divine purpose. Everybody has a divine purpose. Even, I mean, I've seen it even in, like, the lowest of the low reptilians. They have pets they love, you know. They have certain children they love. And you know, that's your purpose. What you love, that's your purpose. You have a divine purpose too. Like God is in you too. And as a matter of fact, we are missing you because without all of God's light, we're missing certain hues of our rainbow. You know what I mean? There's a lot of colors, I've been told, that I would just be flabbergasted with, but that's another day. So, your divine mission is there. It's just buried. And you find it by thinking about the things that you love. And especially like the things that you love to do, you know. That's going to be your new life, is the things that you love to do. So you're going to want to drop everything that you do not love, anything that is not bringing you joy immediately. And you're going to want to turn to things that bring you joy and comfort for your times of sadness, to comfort yourself, like candles or, you know, hot chocolate, or I like Dove chocolates. Those are the best. You know, just little things that comfort you. I feel you, buddy. Little things that comfort you. And yeah. All right. Anything else, Spirit? Oh, and also Project Ascension with Beth Hartwick took me all the way through the ascension process. You can start at like the first video, and it's almost like my nightmare. If you want to see me in my nightmare, you might enjoy that. But just start from there and like work your way up. And that was like the process I went through. Heart's desires. The angels are supporting, guiding, and protecting you as your dreams become a reality. Yeah, you have angels and everything. Like you have all those things. Ancestors rooting for you, like everything. The only thing we're trying to get you to do is separate from your darkness. That's it. Like we literally, and that's another thing that like God, the way it's portrayed in the world is like he is an authoritarian, but God is not an authoritarian. We are all sovereign beings. All of us, every single one of us, every 144,000, I'm almost pretty sure now. But we're all sovereign beings. And God does not control us. But we all love God so much that God gave us the power to have control. You understand? So you have that in you too. And we want to bring that with us, is what I'm trying to say. So that you don't have to live in hell. And so we can have that part of God that's in you. You're a part of us. We want you with us, okay? But our mission right now is to separate from darkness because we want to live a better life. And I mean, I think you could probably agree that you would like a better life too. Like, and the stuff is about to go really bad here too. I don't know if you've noticed. But we want a better life, and we want you to have a better life too. And part of that life is going to be total freedom to do whatever you want to do, except for hurt other people. So that's why we need to get the darkness out, because that darkness trying to attack other people is literally not even you. It's like it's nothing. But when it's trapped in light, it causes mischief. So we have to extract it. And so that's what we're doing right now. We don't want to extract any beings per se. We're trying to extract the darkness. But we can't reach in you and pull the darkness out and take your light with us. Like you're the only one in control of that. So there's that. It's just so we can all have a better life. All of us. This game is old and worn out. It's boring. I'm bored. I don't know about you, but I'm bored. I don't want to play this anymore. You know what I mean? It's just, you know what I think is the worst part about this game is the terror of being homeless and hungry. And then you add having children to that, like you're responsible for children, and then your terror becomes them being homeless and hungry. And that is just terror. Oh, that reminds me of something I didn't tell you. So one time I was walking up Haight Street from Golden Gate Park, and there's a McDonald's there on the corner. And I was so hungry. Oh my gosh, I was so hungry. And we're walking by McDonald's, and you could just smell McDonald's. I was just like, I actually got mad, and I started to cuss at God or something like that. And I was like, I thought you fed your children. It says some shit like that in the Bible. God never lets his children go hungry or something. I was like, I thought you fed your children. And I looked down and there's a $20 bill. I bought myself and my friends breakfast that day. That was a cool story. Like, well, I guess he does. Like, you know what I mean? It was just like, okay, I guess I don't have to worry about that. But it's still a fear. It's still always that fear that you're gonna not be able to protect yourself from the storm. And I've slept in storms. It's not fun. Like cold. It's not fun. But anyways, I think I'm gonna end this for right now. I love you guys so much. I'm sorry if that ended up sounding like a lecture. I just really am hoping that everybody can be happy with this transition and just jump on board, because this is a great time for everybody. It doesn't have to be bad for anybody. We can all go. And starseeds don't have to be the enemy. We're literally just here to try to get you to come through the door with us. But the door is closing, so please reconsider which side of the team you're on, okay? The Jedi Force wants you. We love you. All right. Thanks, guys. I don't know how to turn this off. That? Is that it? No? That?
No.
That? No?
Come on.
How do you turn it off? Up here? Oh, here. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yes. Thanks, guys. I love you so much. Have a beautiful day. Oh, I'll be back later. Bye.